Both the gray and black waste tanks are fully flushed and drained. But just to make sure there isn't any residual water in there, I'm going to open up the drain cap and then open up both valves. Not using gloves because this is clean water with some antifreeze in it. It's pink. As always, there's some water in that pipe. Next, I'll open fully both the black water and gray water valves. I'm going to leave them open. I'm always amazed how much water is still remaining in the tanks after they've been fully drained. The van is positioned at a slight slope. That could be the reason. I'm lifting the van with my flat jack so I have a little bit more room to work with changing the valves underneath. That's good enough. Having camped in our 2022 Winnebago Travato 59KL at least half a dozen times, each time dumping the gray and black water waste tanks, every time I find some black water remaining in the waste tank sewer connection tube. It's nasty. So we flushed it out thoroughly multiple times, as you may have seen on my video, and it's still leaking. The only option here is to replace the black water waste tank valve. Winnebago suggests that you replace both the gray and black water valves at the same time. And that's because they go into a Y pipe here. And if you try to do just one, the pressure of the other one holds it so tight that you won't be able to slip out the valve very easily. And they're only 38 bucks, so why not do them both at the same time? That is my objective today. Disclaimer, I have never done anything like this before, so let's see how it goes. I ordered the OEM Winnebago replacement valves for the 59KL from Lichtsinn RV. They only cost 38 bucks each, plus $8 shipping. I've laid them out with the tools I'll need to uninstall the existing valves and replace them with these new valves. The nuts and bolts on the black waste tank valve on the right takes a 7/16 inch socket. The nuts and bolts for the gray waste tank valve take two different size sockets, a 3/16 for the bolt and a 3/8 for the nut. Don't know why, it is what it is, but I'm prepared with the proper tools to get the job done. First, I'm going to remove the bolts from the gray waste tank drain. I put a sacrificial towel beneath, just in case some fluid comes out. And having witnessed quite a bit of fluid in both tanks, I put on some protective gloves. They are plastic parts, so they shouldn't be super tight. Loosen them up first. All right, keep the bolts just in case I need to reuse them. Yep, a little bit of pink antifreeze. Oh. Gray waste tank drain valve is now loose. Yep. Got her out.
You got it?
Both the rubber washers fell out during the removal, so I'm going to have to be more careful when I do the installation. There's no obvious signs of, oh yes there is. There is some signs of fatigue on the end of this knife valve. Just a little bit. A little more difficult to access the black water waste tank valve, but I think I can get to the bolts and nuts. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you can see this very good, but pull that one out too if I can. Ah, here comes the black water. And gray. Almost needs two people here on this one. I might have to tack this from the other side. Let's check that out. That one's already loose. Interesting. All right. All righty. Okay. And she's coming apart. All right. Now I see why you're doing both at the same time. Oh, that was slick. So you can see there is a gap on the top and bottom of this valve, even when it's closed, and it doesn't seat. You can wiggle it. No wonder it was leaking. Yeah. Well, these are history. Now the fun part, putting in the new valves. The large rubber rings fell out or came out with the gray water valve when I removed it, but they're stuck here in the pipe for the black water, so I'll just pick them out and wipe them away a little bit on the surface. They come with new ones. Give it a little bit of a wipe. Certainly don't want any leaking. Ready to install the black water valve first. I'm going to put some of the bolts back in the gray water connection here for the valve, just to hold it steadier as I put in the black water. And maybe just one bolt will do, just to keep it so it doesn't flop around so much. Oops. Yeah, that should be better. Now I need to remove the bolts from the new valves. Heads of the bolts go towards the label. There we go. So the big rubber washers stick to the pipes in which the valve inserts. And I know it goes this way. Okay. That's because this is the labeling that you can see from the outside of the RV. I'll install the rubber washers first. Mexico. Okay, I get it. All right, let me take this out, the new one, and put it where it goes on this side. I'm using my bare hands because I need the dexterity at the moment. Oh. Yeah, I think it's on, it's spinning. All right, now for the other side. Take it out of the pipe. All right. Yeah. Well, that went in pretty easily. I'm gonna spin it a little bit. Make sure it's on. Yeah. All right. Now maybe I can slip the valve in there. I want the valve to be reading towards the street. Well, this is interesting. Wait a minute, I see a gap. I see a light gap here too. What does that mean? Can you see that in the video? There's light coming through the top and the bottom. Look at that. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to put it in anyway. This explains why there's always a little bit of leakage. There's no play in it though. Interesting. Ready to install the black water tank valve. Don't want to knock out that rubber washer. See if I can do this the first time. Well, that felt good. Twist on a nut if I can, not drop it. Okay, squirt over there. There we go. There we go. And fourth bolt. And tighten them best I can. That one I'm gonna have to do from the other side. All right. That knurled wheel there really helps to get it going when it's really loose. I'm not gonna tighten these too tight the first time. Just like tightening lugs on your wheels, you want to spread the stress evenly. These are plastic parts. You gotta go around the other side to get the other one. I can snug this one down. There, not too tight. Snug down the first three bolts. Okay, again, not too tight. Plastic parts. No wonder these need to be replaced every now and then. One more. Yep. One less sanity check. Oh, I could go a little tighter. Okay. Yep, we're good. Snug these two bolts from this side. Oh yeah, that's good and tight. Oh, this one's loose. I guess that happens if you tighten up the others first, of course. Yeah. Okay, we got it. The black wastewater tank valve is installed. All right. We need to test it with a full tank though, for leakage. Now remove the bolts and the new gray water valve. For reference, the bolt heads go on the labeled side. Okay. So this one goes to the inside, and this one to the outside. And this is the way the valve goes in. First, I'll remove that bolt I put in here for temporary keeping it moving. Now I'll remove the rubber washer from the original pipe and pop it in here as gracefully as I can. Oh, try again. It's kind of sturdy now that the black water tank valve is installed. Maybe it'd be easier to put it on the valve. Let me try that. I'm going to install the new rubber washers right on the new valve. Yeah, okay, they just slip right in. Go this way. All right, there we go. Now the trick is to get them in position without them falling out. Let's see what we can do here. I think I got it. Well, if the bolts go in, it should be good, I think. Get all 4 nuts spun on, and then I'll test the valve. Having trouble getting enough meat on this one. There we go. Okay. Nothing's impeding the valve operation, so I'm going to tighten it up. Not too tight the first time. Again, I don't want to stress out the plastic. Okay, there we go. Much easier from here. All right, now snug them down a little bit. Good. 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 Last one. Good. All right. And we are done. Well, that wasn't so difficult to do. It took me about an hour and a half, but of course I was setting up the camera and the tripod, moving things around, make sure my tools and everything was right there ready to go. Allow yourself an hour to get this done. But I'm still concerned about the gap in that new Blackwater waste tank valve. I'm not sure that that's supposed to look like that. Anyway, I hope you find this video helpful, and come join us when we go on our next camping trip.